Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Ta-da from Margaret McKerihan. Now, I think this is one of the oldie but goodies. Let's see. It was launched right after my CZT training in 2015, so that's neat. Okay. I know I have seen it around for a while, and as I was looking through, I'm like, I've not really played with that as much as I would have liked to. So here it is. Okay, I'm going to start this. Well, this could be a grid. This could be a couple things. It could be a grid pattern, or a fill-in. So it doesn't have to be a square shape. I'm going to draw it in a square shape though. But I would dare say whatever size or shape that you want to fill in, you could fill it in with this. And here's how you would do it. um, like I said, whatever shape, we're gonna draw an X, and actually, I'm gonna draw mine kind of curvy because in my step out I did it straight, and it just a straight X, and then went from there. But I think I'm gonna go. We're gonna go a little wavy, and have some extra fun. Okay, and like I said, it can be a straight line. It can be whatever you want. From here, pick a side to start, and what we're gonna do is make a wide aura of this side, and yeah, so I'm taking mine to the left. And actually, you could either stop there or just continue on if you like. And then this side, you just have to remember we're starting on the left side. Now, if you want to just, go to the center, stop, then turn your tile. Let's do that for the next two. Okay, so then here's one. And then if we were drawing this one, it's always on the left side. So that's what's so nice is to make sure that it's the same stroke, same side, don't have to think so much about it. Okay, from here, it's fun with orbs time. And we're going to fill this section with orbs. Actually, I think I'm going to turn my tile a little bit here. And yes. So I work to employ a number of strategies with orbs to make them nice. Number one strategy for me is to go slow, and then number two-ish, and these are little partials here. If you notice, I was taking or doing the next orb from the orb before, so that way I'm at least assured that these are going to butt up next to each other. So, and that meaning that they're touching. So I'm starting right on that line carefully. Now, I know when I go too fast, because I end up with, I was calling it like a little pigtail. It's a little hang off piece. And it's just, but if I draw them nice and slow, I don't get that. And this is where you just have to remind yourself, slow and steady won the race. It sure did. And these I'm trying to also make them, as nice and round as possible. But if you didn't know, this is why we call them orbs, because if we called it a circle, it just comes with too much pressure. And yeah, and they don't have to be perfect. They are orbs. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back and maybe I'll wait till the end and fill in those. I always like to fill in these little gaps when we have them, and there we go, a little partial, because it makes it look so nicely finished. All right, but I want to do that at the towards the end. I think. Okay. Yeah, because otherwise I'd be doing it right now. In my version of the step out, actually, I think in Margaret's, I don't think she filled in. She just left it as it is. Ooh, so there's a good something. We can try it both ways. All right. After after this, and whether you want to fill them in after you do them or however, up to you. Um, we're going to essentially aura the lines. So coming from the center, and I'm coming out just a little bit and auraing this line. And what I'm gonna do is taking a section at a time. And so always coming out of the center and I'm working to well, aura the contour, aura the shape. I mean, this isn't necessarily real wavy. It's gonna end. This is so funny. It's gonna end up kind of like my step out. I was hoping to have this be a little bit more curved in the middle, and it's just like it's coming straight down. It's all right though. Okay, then you can move to the next section. Now in the step out, here's what we did was showed the first aura and going all the way around. You can do it however you want. I kind of find it easiest. It's nice in the step out so that way you can see what's happening versus just plopping that down. And I like to not assume that everybody is a seasoned tangler, and that's why you'll see that in step outs. Sometimes it might seem a little silly, but like I said, and sometimes I add steps or break some steps down just because I was feeling like I was needing them. I did do two on that side if you caught that. Yeah, let's see, let's do one more right down the center here. Whoops, sure. Okay. So they're a little curved, and that's neat. Every time you do this one, I mean, unless you're really good at being consistent with things, it's going to take on a little bit different shape depending on what you do initially with that X. And it's just kind of neat. Now, what's nice about this tangle, especially if you are doing Zentangle, well, if you're doing it for the meditative or mindfulness benefit, this is a great one because the steps are so simple and it's so repetitive, and that's what gets us the meditativeness of it. And I'll say even if you're not aiming for it, but you just like me, it's like I'm not. Yeah, I'm usually just doing it because I like to do it, but it has that nice side effect of where you have the relaxed feeling. You lose kind of lose time, lose track of time, and just feel relaxed and whatnot afterwards. It's a beautiful side effect of this. And the tangles that are highly repetitive like this really lend themselves to getting that feeling. And I always like to highlight these ones because there are some. Oh, see, look how neat that looks. And I'm going to fill in these gaps while I finish that story. There are some tangles that I find that are on the more difficult side of things, or just that have more steps. And because there are some where I'm going back and re-looking at the steps, even if I might have done it many times, just because I want to make sure to get it right, type of thing, even though there's no right or wrong. See how neat that looks when that's filled in. It just helps. It's nice, and that of course is an up to you thing, but it really it makes the orbs pop and adds some nice contrast to the tangle in general. All right, and then we can look at how neat, and this is one, as I finish filling these in, this is one also where you wouldn't have to add shading if you didn't want to, because the way the lines converge, even this, what I'm doing right now, is it's kind of like it's shading with the pen and just creating that contrast. If you want to have more, drama in it, of course, we'll get out the pen and add some graphite just to further, you know, let's say, bring life to your work. And yeah, and I'm thinking, as I'm doing these last bits, and a lot of times I will do, take advantage of the fill in time to think about, okay, what do I want to do next with this type of thing? All right, see, look at how neat that looks. So I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, two things. Okay, first thing is, even though this is darker and it's kind of like shading, it is nice to have the gradient of the pencil. So I'm putting some graphite down in that. And then, bringing it all the way out, following that line. And, okay. And then I have a second thought. Now, of course, if you want to get fancy with the orbs, I'm picturing somebody right now. I know that she's going to do it. Because she is the, we'll call it fancy orb. Because it's not necessarily, gems, marbles, whatever, however you want to look at them. Oh, so look at how neat that looks. I'm just going to do this, though. Which one am I doing? Oh, that, yeah. I'm looking in the camera because it always looks a little bit different in the camera. I just want to soften this a little bit. That's why I'm spreading it out just a tad. And then here's the other thing that I was thinking. So, of course, if you wanted to add, depending on the size of your orbs, you could add a little bit of graphite. But here's what I want to do. No, I think I need to add more. We're going to curl this end. Oh, heck, let's do all of it. Okay. Talk to me into it. The thing that we have to be careful of is not going overboard, because then you have what I like to call graphite remorse, shading remorse, where we've just added too much. And a lot of times I will do that in steps just to see. And I'm working on a 2-inch by 2-inch bijou tile, so I don't have a lot of room. If I was working on a larger tile or something, then you just kind of have to gauge stuff by the amount of space that you have. I want to make this look like a whirlpool or a vortex or something, and that's why I decided to go all the way around. And it kind of does, so it kind of curls the edge a little bit. Now I'm thinking, yeah, it does. It makes it look puffy. If you're not happy with the amount of puffiness, though, let's just try just this one. And I'm not bringing it out a whole lot because I kind of already have some gradient there. I just want to have it. Oh yes, and I don't know if you saw that or not. Let's do another one. Ooh, and here's some fun. You could just do 2 sides instead of like all 4. That's a whole. That's another option that you could do. Let's see what that looks like. So let's see. It's those 2. Yeah, see, that's kind of neat. And my light camera keeps adjusting for the light. So that's kind of neat. You could do that. So a little lighter, a little heavier. Has a neat effect. I'm going to leave the orbs as they are, just so that way they kind of stand out, because I have quite a bit of graphite. But you could, have fun with adding some graphite on the inside of them. And then too, if you like the tangle, make the first 2 steps, or it would be the second step. Just make this space a little wider if you want to make sure to have room. That's all you would have to do. Oops, and I'm looking here. How could I just miss just this one? Did I miss any other ones? Oh, I think I got it all. But so you could have a lot of fun with that. So if you enjoyed the video, would love to have a thumbs up. Feel free to share it. And if you liked it enough to see more and you have not subscribed yet to the channel, it would be my honor if you were to be a subscriber. Of course, subscribing to the YouTube channel is free. In the description section, you'll find my step out Also, a link, I call it for more inspiration. This one will go to Tangle Patterns. I always put in a link to the originator of the Tangle, so that way you can see um, their work, the step out from their hand. And usually they have some, samples, and this one has some really neat ones. So make sure to scroll down to see all of them. And below that, link to my website, link to the Facebook community if you'd like to join a bunch of Tanglers. And actually, when you go to my website, if you are interested in taking some online classes, or just, I like to call them sessions a lot of times, my Tangle Time sessions, because I mean, it's a class, but it's more of a, I don't know. I like to mess with words sometimes. But we have a lot of fun. We'll explore a tangle or two, kind of like this, but it's expanded. And my mom joins us as long as she doesn't have an appointment or something. It's great fun. Would love to have you. Those are free. I have I do them weekly. I have free classes. I have some that I charge for, and information is on my website. And with that, thanks for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.